Hello tout le monde. Nous connaissons le film The Conjuring 2, inspiré du cas de Enfield. Là, je vous propose des images de la vraie personne concernée, c'est-à-dire de Janet. Nous allons voir ça en 3 parties. La première partie, nous allons voir un interview de Janet à 11 ans. Dans la deuxième partie, nous allons voir un interview de Janetta à 45 ans. Et enfin, dans la troisième partie, nous allons entendre l'enregistrement effrayant de la voix du démon qui persécutait Janet. C'est parti.
We were a very close-knit family. We was good children. We had no knowledge of the history of the house before the happenings. I was used and abused. There was levitation. There was the voices. Incidents that happened that were quite life-threatening for me. I think if I had to go through it again, it'd kill me.
These teenage sisters believe they're haunted by a poltergeist.
I was going to ask the same question as I asked earlier. How many voices are there?
600.
600 the voices.
I know the joke.
How many really are there, Margaret?
I think so far we've had 10
Three.
sensible voices, but the rest of the names are absolute rubbish.
11-year-old Janet Hodgson appears to be the focus of many of the strange happenings in Green Street. But they also affect her 14-year-old sister, Margaret, and their younger brother, Billy. One of the first manifestations was when Lego bricks began to fly at high speed around the living room.
How does it feel to be haunted by a poltergeist?
It's not haunted. Shut up.
Why isn't it haunted?
I don't know.
Does it frighten you, the things that happen here?
Oh, well, it did first, but now I've got more used to it, and you learn to accept the things that happen.
It's slung covered at Mum. My idiot Mum. Slung a bookshelf at Margaret.
Have you tried telling it to go away?
Yes,
Yeah,
many
no
times.
answer, nothing.
And what does it reply?
No, it won't. It's staying another 6-7 years.
What about the voices? When did the voices start?
December the 12th.
December the 12th.
Yes.
And how did they start?
Well, one night Mr. Grove was talking about it about 8:30. He said, all we need now is the voices to talk. And that night I went to bed. Can't remember exactly what happened. And
What's that knocking?
yeah,
Can hear it now. I was doing that yesterday morning, and Peggy was on her own. So she come in to us, because it wasn't her, she come in. We sat together and we heard it. And I counted how many knocks and there was 14 altogether. And it's doing it again now.
That was 3 knocks just now.
Yes, it goes in 3s and 2s.
how we first got contacted, this was when Mr. Grove said, if there's anyone there, knock twice for yes, and if not, 1 for no.
I wonder if we did that now, whether it would answer. Is anybody there? Is anybody there? Nothing. No.
It doesn't always do it to order.
No, it doesn't. It goes in spasms. Like we're talking now. It may not now, after you've said that, but it won't do it when you want it to, straight away. No.
What about the voices? They sometimes say things and make answers. Is that the voice now?
Yeah.
Is anybody there? How many voices are there?
Dirty Dick, Andrew Garner, and Stuart Thurton.
Dirty Dick, Andrew Gardner, and Stuart.
Thurton.
Oh, has he ever spelt that for you?
No.
Mr. Ghost asked him, but it's like distract Mr. Ghost last night when he asked. Oh, some time ago.
And
Sorry,
what do you
go on.
think these are? Are they people or are they just voices?
Could be spirits, oh, I don't know.
I believe it's a
Ghosts
form of
or
a
something.
spirit speaking for us somehow. No. We don't get this at school, these voices are. Because I believe when we're all separate, it's not so strong.
Just when you come near each other?
Yeah, like here, or our aunts, we're all up there together, or in Peggy's next door.
And Janet's, your voice is stronger, isn't it? It seems to be the strongest.
Yeah.
When you hear the voice and it comes out, where does it come from? Here, your throat?
No.
Where do you feel it comes
Back
from?
of the neck.
Back of the neck.
And so it must be as if it's somebody else speaking then, when you hear
Yeah,
it.
behind us.
And do you get the feeling when you hear the voice that there is a person there?
Yes.
Yeah.
And do they tell you much about themselves?
Not really, no.
They just tend to growl and...
Play around and sort of joke and be silly. No.
I wonder, do you think there's anyone there just now?
Yeah. I do.
Who's that?
What?
Who's that, Janet?
Pardon? Stuart Thurton.
Stuart Certain, and he's one of the voices.
Yeah.
Why do you think he comes and speaks through you?
To annoy us.
Does he ever say anything nice?
Well. Don't know really.
Shall we
Says-
try and speak to him? No. We'll see if he'll speak to us.
Yeah.
Is anybody there?
No.
Who's there?
Doctor
Doctor Who?
Goose Chaser's here.
Well, Patch, you've got something to say to them.
Yeah.
I'd like to know how you make this noise without bashing Janet's vocal cords to pieces. If I do it for half a minute, I get a sore throat. Joe?
Guy Lyon Playfair is an author of books on the paranormal, with experience of poltergeist cases in Europe and Brazil.
How do you do it, mate?
God, hours.
Don't you ever get a sore throat, Janet?
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
You never get pain in the back of the neck or something?
No. Oh, what do you mean? I'm sorry, I'm not with you. What? I feel,
Oh, you with me now? With me?
Sensation in the back of the neck. Yeah.
Well, tell us about that.
I don't know how to
No,
explain
tell me about that. You get it? Do you get it now? It's buzzing in the back of the neck.
Yeah.
Do you feel it vibrating as if it was sort of
No, like someone
someone
got
what?
their hand on the back of my neck like that.
And Janet joins us now, along with poltergeist expert and investigator Guy Lyon Playfair and skeptic and author Deborah Hyde. And welcome, everyone. Thank you. Now, I know, Janet, you don't do very many interviews on this subject. You've sort of put that behind you now. So thank you very much indeed for coming today to take part in this and reliving this extraordinary time of your life. So your mum is Peggy, a single mum, and lived at 284 Green Street. This is the late 1970s, and you've got Margaret, who was 12 at the time, and then there was you, 11, and then there was Johnny, who's 10, and Billy, who was 7. So what was the first time something strange happened in this house?
Well, me and my brother, we were settling down to bed one evening and we could hear this shuffling noise, and Mum coming because she could hear us shouting and screaming, and we said that the chest of drawers was moving towards the bedroom door. So she said, oh, don't be silly, but she see it move for herself, and then at one point she couldn't push it back, and then she got quite upset and said, right, everyone downstairs.
Well, you went to get a neighbour, didn't you?
That's right, yes.
Vic Nottingham was the neighbour, who was a builder.
That's right.
And he came in, and it scared him so much that he scarpered.
Mm-hmm.
And then you called in the police, and we've got WPC Caroline Heaps saw a chair move. She said at the time a large armchair moved unassisted 4 feet across the floor. This is the police. Eventually the officers left, telling you that the incidents were not a police matter and you couldn't find anyone breaking the law. What they were doing, it was these events, whatever they were frightening you terribly, because they progressed and got worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
So what else happened? What else do you remember of that time?
Furniture turning over, cups filled with water, fires igniting on oven gloves, and matches where part of the box or the oven glove would burn but it would go out. Voices, levitation, and at one point, the most frightening thing was when a curtain wrapped itself around my neck next to my bed.
So it felt, for you, as an 11-year-old, this felt malevolent. It felt very unfriendly.
It did, yeah. I mean, there was times when it was fascinating to see, but when it was happening to you, like the levitation, the voices...
Well, we've got a picture of here of taken by a newspaper photographer, and this is of you sort of flying through the air. And at the time, people were saying, "Well, you've just jumped off the bed," but you say that's not the case. You didn't just jump off the bed.
No.
What happened? What were the circumstances surrounding that photo?
Well, I was in bed and it was like I felt cold hands, and there was like a force that sort of pulled me out of bed. And sometimes I'd be pulled to my bedroom door, sometimes I'd be pulled up into the air.
How come the newspaper journalist was taking a picture of you whilst you were in your bed? Did you just fly out? He happened to be there at the time?
No, he didn't. He wasn't there at the time. No, it was the camera was on continuous drive.
I see. So it was recording all the time.
Yes.
And that was. I see.
Yeah.
Say Dr. Belloff. Come on. Let me hear you say that. Come on. Let's hear you say Dr. Belloff. Could you close that door down? Say Dr. Belloff. What is it? Now, if you squeak the bed, I can't hear you talking. Now, say Dr. Belloff. Come on. Come on, say it for me, Dr. Belloff. Dr. Belloff.
Right, that's good. Shut up, that door. I'm 72 years old. I come from Durham, graveyard, and I have right near the church where Rita lives. And all my friends come from there as well. And we all make a game and go to the pub, and then we thought we'd be at your house, because I used to live here. And I will tell you the law, and if you don't get anyone else, just set Mr. Work and Mr. Playback.
I want you to tell me whether you remember what happened to you when you died? Just before you died and just after you died?
Days before I died, I went blind. Then I had an hemorrhage and I fell asleep and I died in a chair in the corner downstairs.
Bill, if you're there, would you answer me the following question? What have you done with Denise's 30p?
Headed down to the radio downstairs.
Sorry, Bill, can you say that again, please?
Headed down to the radio downstairs.
Righto, Bill, I'll go and look. Thanks so much. Why can't Janet feel you?
I'm invisible.
You're invisible? Why are you invisible?
So much H-O-S-T.
Did any friends go with you?
Yes, all of them. All the dogs, 68 dogs.
So what have you got 68 dogs for?
So that they can protect me from you killing me. They can guard your riddle.
How can we kill you, Bill?
You can shoot me off.
Now how can we shoot you if we can't see you, Bill?
By praying to God.
Sorry, I didn't hear that, Bill.
By praying to God.
By praying to God. So, what you're saying is we couldn't get rid of you by praying to God.
Yes.